Okay, so here I am at the Fort Flagler State Park in Port Townsend, Washington. It is February 8th, exactly 6 months before I retire to the day. Not very crowded. There's Nellie. There's Riggs. I got waterside, but look, blue skies. This is why I came today, is hoping for blue skies. Sorry, bend over and undo the dog. That was the screen door just slamming. I'm making some hot water for tea this evening. I'm going to have a Guinness first, so then I'll have the tea. I bought a Yeti thermos so I could boil water just like one time and then have hot water for the rest of the day. Okay, be right back. Really, really windy, and I'm getting very, very cold out here. Wish I had brought some gloves. This is just too pretty not to show it to you. That's a little restaurant right there that's open during the summer months, but not at this time. You can see the ferry. That's the, I want to say the Whidbey Island ferry maybe, or the Mukilteo maybe, I can't remember, but it leaves Port Townsend and it goes to Whidbey Island. So I'm thinking it's Whidbey Island ferry. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to zoom in. Say. There you go. Sorry, it is cold and windy. Hi everybody, Kathy here. I wanted to just let you know I'm camping the next couple of days. It's February 8th. I'm at Fort Flagler, which is in Port Townsend, which is on the Olympic Peninsula in the state of Washington. Anyway, I'm in a very nice campsite. It's on the water. Here, I'm going to show you. Isn't that pretty? I'm using this cell phone because I'm out here. I'm using the other camera is a little bit more difficult, and that software that I'm using at home is a little bit more time consuming. Anyway, there's the kitchen. I made some hot water first thing when I got here and put it in the Yeti pots, and that keeps it nice and warm for later if I can have tea or coffee or whatever. But right now, I'm having a Guinness slancha. Anyway, Fort Flagler is an old fort, I think from like World War II, I guess. There were 3 forts in this area that protected the shores. There was also another one in Manchester that was a fuel depot where the ships and stuff would fuel up. Now that still does exist, but the rest of it was decommissioned. I think it was also a place to store ammo at Manchester. Well, Fort Flagler, Fort Worden, and Fort Ward. Fort Worden is also in Port Townsend. Fort Flagler's considered Port Townsend, but it's more like Port Hadlock or Marrowstone Island, M-A-R-R-O-W-S-T-O-N-E Island. And So there was 3 of them. Fort Worden was Officer and a Gentleman was filmed, if you might remember that, with Richard Gere and Deborah Winger back in the, I don't know, 80s or 90s. And they were all decommissioned like in the 50s, I think. Anyway, so they all became state parks, basically. So as you travel along and you go hiking through these trails here in Fort Flagler, Fort Worden, and also Fort Ward, you run into all, and also Manchester, you run into these, what do you call it, like bunks, places, these, I don't know, they're cement, and I just had the name of them, bunkers, yeah, they're bunkers. I'm sorry. And I only had a sip of that Guinness, just saying, just one sip. Anyway, I decided I'm on vacation right now. I've got a vacation week, and I wanted to kind of commemorate that. I don't like to just stay home and do a staycation and just do work at home and read and walk, and all that stuff is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I like doing all of that, but I also like going out and doing things. So today I came here. The weather's supposed to be pretty good. And not like warm or anything. It's in the mid to low 40s right now. Very windy. The forecast said something about the wind being about 12 miles an hour. There's no way. This has got to be 20 or 30 miles an hour. It is so windy. It took all my hair back and made my jaws shiver like that. So truly it did. When the dog and I were on a walk a little bit ago, and we were walking towards the water, it was really getting windy. Anyway, what else I was going to tell you? I think that's it. Oh. Normally, this is what I was going to tell you. Normally, this time of the year, I wouldn't be camping. I would go to like a hotel or someplace on the ocean, just to kind of get away on my vacation. And but this year, because my finances are being challenged because of buying the car, and I spent a little bit more money on the car than I wanted to. Roughly about $8,000 more. So not complaining. I really like the Wrangler, but I have to kind of watch my pennies right now. So camping is an alternative, and I love to camp, of course. A little bit cold, but I am plugged in this time, so I've got heat. I don't have to just use the Mr. Buddy heater. It's only $20 a night in the winter for electricity in a small spot, and not too many people are here. You'll see some other shots I took earlier that showed how many people were here. It's not that many, so it's not a big deal. And then I bought a Garmin GPS navigation system this morning from Amazon. It was only 180 something, but I really needed it, and I was going to go take the whole dash out and have Car Toys put in something completely different with the navigation, Bluetooth, and everything else, but I decided that was now going to be off the table of my budget for the time being, because I still have to get the tow hitch and everything for the Jeep to be able to pull the Jeep. So that's a no-go. But I'm happy to be here, even though it's kind of uncomfortable to be outside, but I've got a little bit of sun, which is good, some blue skies, and black clouds too, wind, and it's a little nippy, but as I said, I've got heat, so no biggie. But let me show you around. Let you take a peek outside real quick. Oh, the wind is blowing so hard you can barely keep the door open from wanting to close.